So what made you guys wanted to get into the health side of it? Did something happen like in your life to where you said, okay, let me start paying attention to my health?
Going into 19 years old, I was standing in the kitchen with my mom, and she's talking to me, she's washing dishes, and I'm looking at her, and I see her face begin to turn into like a frown, and I begin to see drool coming out of the side of her mouth, and her language becomes distorted, and I cannot understand what she's saying. My mom was having a stroke. She had worked herself into a stroke. So that for me deepened my connection to health and wellness.
So do you think a person could be physically fit and still mentally sick?
What the name of this show?
I Talk Great.
I Talk Great.
Are you ready to take your podcast to the next level? Whether you're a seasoned pro or just getting started, the AV Club is the perfect place to bring your vision to life. The space is designed for creators like you with high quality cameras, microphones to ensure your podcast sounds amazing every time. Plus, our environment makes it easy to focus and feel at home while you record. From solo recordings to group sessions, we've got you covered with flexible booking options. So go ahead and visit www.theavclubstudios.com to schedule your session now. The AV Club Studio, where your voice gets heard. Let them know Mr. Williams from the I Talk Great podcast said so. Yeah. Y'all already know what it is. It's Mr. Williams with the I Talk Great podcast, where we talk about the great areas of business and life because it's never just black and white. I got some heavy hitters in the building, the founders of South Florida Wellness Week. Yes. How y'all doing today, Queens?
We're doing great.
Fantastic.
I see. So I want to ask y'all, right? Because I see y'all everywhere, right? Do y'all love your job or job y'all love?
We love it.
We love our jobs.
We do.
I love your jobs?
Yeah, yes. I don't even know if I would call it a job, but
Okay.
we love our lifestyle.
Yeah.
That helps us make money.
Hey,
and
yeah, we
take
can't
care
leave that
of
out.
families. And,
Yes.
you know, helps us serve God.
Mm-hmm.
I call it a lifestyle more than a job.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It gets you excited to wake up every morning.
Yes,
Yeah.
most definitely, I'm sure. Y'all have great synergy. I see y'all all over the place. Like, how'd y'all two get together?
I'll let Michelle start that story.
Well, I met Q at a radio podcast event.
Okay.
But they weren't calling it podcasting then, were they?
How long ago was that?
About 12 years ago?
Yeah.
11, 12
Oh,
years ago?
yeah. I don't, yeah.
Yeah. And, we hit it off because
Uh-huh.
I mentioned something that I do, which is sell whole food nutritional products.
Mm-hmm.
And when she heard I said Juice Plus, she was like, oh, my mom used to take that. We used to all take it. So we just connected from there, been following her. She's been following me for that long. And then about 5 years ago, we transitioned into partnering together where I was
Wow.
coaching her in health and she was coaching me in business. And
Okay.
it's just blossomed into so much more.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that. So y'all was able to say, hey, you know what? She has the strength that I need, vice versa,
Yeah.
and kind of like barter.
Yes.
I love that.
Yeah.
Where you from originally?
I'm from Miami.
Were you from the crib?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Miami Gardens.
Miami Gardens? All right. Yeah, she's from the crib, 305.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought you had a little island background in you.
I mean, I do, but
Okay.
most of my friends are Jamaican, secondary are Haitian, and then on my mom's side, there's Bahamian.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
So you speak Creole?
I do not. No. I said friends.
Oh,
My
okay.
first set of friends
Uh-huh.
are all Jamaican, and then my second set of friends are Haitian. So I think sometimes when I speak, I have different tones that come out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I swear I heard you say your mom. You said your mom is from Bahamas or something?
Her family is
Her
from
family.
the Bahamas.
Oh, the reason why I said Creole is because lots of times, Haitians are always in Bahamas.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
true.
So there's always like a connection there.
Well,
There's no connect.
everyone thinks I'm Haitian. So,
Really? Okay.
yeah, I have people walk up to me in the store asking me to speak Creole all the time. And I'm like, no, sorry.
No, sorry.
Yeah.
Okay. So, all right. The health side of it now, right? Mm-hmm. Why do you think it's so important to bring that to the masses now with this event that you guys have going on now?
I'm going to let
Why
this one,
now?
This one articulates this so well. You're going to answer this one, Q.
Okay. So it's most people do health backwards, in my opinion.
Okay.
They do it from the perspective of going one by one, looking to convert people into living healthy lifestyles. And a lot of people are not ready for that, right? But what we're doing, which is different, is we're going directly to the health and wellness business owner. So if we can reach the health and wellness business owner and empower them with the tools, the strategies, the gift sets, the mindsets in order to scale, then they will, have no choice but to also scale people in their health. So first we scale the business, and then we scale the communities.
I like that. Business first.
Business first.
Okay.
And most people want to do it the other way. They want to teach and preach.
Yeah.
But you have to go to the people who have the masses. So I have a methodology that I've had for the last 14 years, which is you always start at the top. You never start at the bottom. Most people in business, they want to start from the bottom and go door to door sales.
Yeah.
But you don't do door to door sales. You start from the stage, even if you paying your way on the stage.
Okay.
Or somebody invites you on the stage.
Yeah.
But you go where you can get to the masses, and that's how you can create transformation, exponentially.
Yeah. Okay. So what made you guys wanted to get into the health side of it? Did something happen like in your life to where you said, okay, let me start paying attention to my health?
All throughout our lives.
Yeah. I mean, for me, I've always been health conscious from a very young age. Like always just focused on, okay, I need to move. I played sports as a teenager.
Okay.
Continued being active throughout college and even after. Helped a lot of people like have health transformations with their weight. And then I got into sharing nutrition through plant nutrition. So for me, it's been like kind of a lifelong journey, and I'm always gravitating to health and sucking up the information.
Okay.
And then I got into business in health and left my corporate career behind, and it has been, it's just like a part of who I am, health and wellness.
Yeah.
But when I connected with Q, it was to take what I was doing and take it to like the next level.
That was
what happened, and then she taught me that top-down approach.
Yeah.
I was like, what? We're going to the top and then working our way down? And I was like, okay, I see it. But it has worked.
Yeah.
It has definitely worked.
No, I like that. Iron sharpens iron.
Yes.
So I love that mindset.
I didn't necessarily have like a health scare or health trauma or anything. When I was younger, I'll never forget, I think I was in the 9th grade. The summer after 9th grade, right? You're going into the 10th grade. My parents needed to lose weight and get in shape. So they got a gym membership at an old gym. Only if you my age or older, you know this gym, but Valley Scandinavian.
Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah. She went way back. She went throwback on that.
Valley Scandinavian.
Yeah.
And I remember them taking me to the gym for the first time and getting on the treadmill. And I put it on like 3.5 or 4.2 and like 2 incline or something.
Yeah.
And I remember coming off of the treadmill and just standing there. My mom was like, it's time to go. And I was like, what in the world is this? I was fueled with energy, with like this sensation I had never felt before. Because I was a pudgy kid, ate cereal, did all those things, right? Constipated all the time, everything.
Yeah. Milk does a body good, huh?
Yeah. So after I came off of that treadmill, that moment, literally, I became addicted to health and wellness. I ordered every health magazine there was. I started buying books.
Okay.
And then throughout high school, I became that person that my friends would go to ask, like, I got a headache, I got a stomach, what should I do? And so that just, followed me.
Yeah.
Going into 19 years old, I was standing in the kitchen with my mom, and my mom, who's my first business teacher.
Okay.
First woman I ever seen do super successful things. I'm standing in the kitchen, and she's talking to me. She's washing dishes, and I'm looking at her, and I see her face begin to turn into like a frown, and I begin to see drool coming out of the side of her mouth. And her language becomes distorted, and I cannot understand what she's saying. And I'm like, what is going on?
Yeah.
I yell out to my dad, who happens to be in the room. He comes out, and he grabs my mom, tells her to sit down on the couch, calls the ambulance. We find out that my mom was having a stroke. She had worked herself into a stroke. So that, for me, deepened my connection to health and wellness. So now I had spent all my high school years being this crazy health nut, working out all the time, doing Taebo. My parents were my parents were fascinated by the fact that in high school I was waking up at 5 a.m. to do my Taebo before I go to school. And my mom, when she had that stroke, everybody in my family turned into crazy health nuts.
Wow.
So my mom was told that she would never be able to do business again. She would never be able to,
This is what the doctors were telling her.
Doctors told her that. She would never be able to have a straight face again. She would never be able to think clearly again. But through the help of the products that Michelle has, and through the community of holistic practitioners that she sought out, she was able to defeat all of those odds. Come back to life. I ran her business for almost a year. And then after that year, she was able to come back, get back into business, and keep going and defy all of the odds that they told her she would have. So,
wow, look at that. Hold on. Let's go ahead and clap it up.
Those are the types of, connections.
No. I tell people that all the time. Like, mindset is key, right? Because they'll go ahead and tell you, you can't do this, you can't do that. They tried to do that to my dad after he got he took the COVID shot. And then like right after he dropped down from a heart attack. So fast forward, they said, oh, you're never going to be able to lift up more than 10 pounds ever again. This man now is lifting up more than 10 pounds, just started an Airbnb business in Aruba. So it's like, I think, this Western side, they be just winging it. They be saying anything, I don't think they really know.
Well, they call it a practice, right?
Yeah. No, you're right about that. Yeah.
Gunshot.
She went straight like, bang. No, but it's true. But they tell you what it is in your face.
Yes.
It's only us to remove the programming, right? To be like, hold on. Okay, nah, you over here practicing on me.
Yep.
So then what's your thoughts, right, Q? Because have you ever dealt with the American standards of like, your voluptuousness, right? Because they would say, well, hey, on our scale, you weigh too much, right? But over here in our world, to me, you're fine. You know what I'm saying? So have you ever had to deal with that, especially being in the health side of things?
All the time.
Yeah.
So no, when I got out of high school, I didn't go straight to college. So I'm just an obsessive kind of nerd. I think Michelle will agree. Like, I'm just always down every rabbit hole.
Yeah.
I don't if I'm reading something, I have to have the dictionary right next to me because I'm deciphering all the words and everything. So I would be on these like runs. I used to take 10-mile runs when I was younger and do crazy things like be vegan for 5 years and just all the things, right? So after this last daughter that I had, who is now 7 years old.
Oh, congratulations.
Thank you. She's 7 years old. After I had her, which is why I sought out Michelle, I was going through these challenges of not postmenopausal. Postpartum.
Yeah, okay.
Depression, right? But I didn't know it was postpartum.
Okay.
And one of those things was my weight. But then I had a very dear friend of mine, and when I was going through all of these emotions, she said, baby, just get outside for 10 minutes. If you could just get outside for 10 minutes. And when I got outside for 10 minutes with that sun, the sun was able to feed me information about myself.
You got to download.
About who God is, right? And I was able to shift. And for the first time in my life, Wayne, first time ever in my life, I wasn't trying to fit into anybody's mold except for the one who created me. So I no longer chase after weight or any of that stuff. I chase after, named after my magazine, feeling well. How do I feel today? And as long as I focus on that, I really don't care.
You don't listen to the noise.
I don't hear noise. I don't even know what noise there is.
Okay. Do you got the Megan knees?
Do I have the
Megan knees?
Manganese?
Megan knees. Megan Thee Stallion.
Megan knees? I don't know what that is. What is that?
She said,
Megan Thee Stallion.
That's how you really know if you fit.
Oh, what is that?
Megan Thee Stallion knees. Can I do like?
Yeah, can you drop it like it's hot?
I'm not dropping it like it's hot.
She said, I'm not dropping it like it's hot.
I mean, I got a picture or two of me dropping it. I don't know if it's like it's hot, but we dropping it. When we were just out the other day, we did like some bend down Miami Gardens poses.
Okay.
So those knees are still good.
We all right.
Still good?
We all right. They all right.
They all right? Okay. Yeah, because you said you got a 7-year-old, so, you got to still be active.
Yeah. No, I'm still active. I walk and I do all of the things. I'm not as active as this one here.
Michelle? Yeah. Michelle be killing it. I be seeing her in the gym.
Pumping iron.
Yeah. No, I've seen her in the gym. Yeah, she definitely doing her thing.
Yeah. We run into each other sometimes.
Okay.
Yeah. So, they say trust your gut, right? I'm sure you heard that, right, Michelle?
Mm-hmm.
But how can you trust your gut if it's filled with toxicity?
Yep.
That's a word. Can you speak on that for us?
So that is such a good question because I talk about this all the time. Like, your health is tied to how you make decisions, how you think, your mindset, so many things. And I think that is why we live in a country that tries to lessen the abilities of its people because we've got food that is plastered with toxins. Even if it wasn't before it was picked, they're going to do it before it gets to the store because they want to preserve it longer on the shelf.
Yeah.
And it's all for financial reasons. They want to make the most income possible, so they want their food to last. So they're going to do all the things, or they want to produce more food.
Yeah.
But at the same time, the people are suffering because now they probably don't have like that connection or that intuition as they would if they didn't have all these things that are like happening in their body that's taking away and distracting from, thinking with clarity, with feeling your best. When you don't feel good, it shows up everywhere. You're not going to show up well for your family, your friends. You're not going to make the best decisions at work. So all those things are tied together. And it's sad that, Western medicine tends to separate everything. Like, they don't look at your body as a whole body entity and that they're all flowing together. They separate, you suffer from migraines? Well, take this, or let me give you this shot to take away the migraine, and say, instead of saying, let's get to the root of why are you having these migraines?
Correct.
How can we naturally get you better so that you can show up better for everyone else?
Correct.
So,
no, I agree with you 100%.
So you can't trust your gut.
Yeah.
I know, yes.
Are you a business owner, entrepreneur, entertainer, and you got a story to tell? You want to get your brand out there to the world? Well, you reached the right place. Let's set up an exclusive interview between me and you. I Talk Gray, and we're going to go ahead and get your brand out there to the world. But here what you do. Go ahead and send me an email with the words Gray at italkgraymedia@gmail.com. See you soon. No, exactly. No, you're so right, because I'm like, okay, if y'all giving me something that I can't even pronounce, right, Corzozax or Cocorozol, then it's like, okay, you might have this side effect. You might have that side effect. I'm like, well, why would I want to take this? So it's like, if the prescription actually worked, then I wouldn't have to refill it.
Exactly.
So, Q, you said your mom was in the kitchen when she had that, incident, right? So I don't want to say a woman's place is in the kitchen, right? But I think there's honor in that, right? Being in the kitchen, right? Because then now she's in control of if we get diabetes or high blood pressure. So do you think there should be honor with women being in the kitchen, since now we're in that kind of era where everybody's a boss and I'm out here and I ain't in no kitchen? Do you think there should be honor put back in that place?
Wayne, I kind of feel like you've been in my journal or in my diary or something, because that question you asked Michelle about trusting your gut is something that I'm talking about to my female clients all the time, right?
All right. Okay, there's synchronicity there.
Yeah, there's synchronicity there. And so I'm not going to say that a woman's place is in the kitchen, but I am going to say that I made a discovery a couple of years ago, being in my family now, my family dynamics. And I was like very anti all of those things because I had seen my mom work so hard and do all the things she was doing. And my dad had his contributions. He worked hard too, but a childcare business, a school is like, that was her
that's a lot.
baby.
Yeah.
And so she worked tirelessly to make those things happen. And she actually didn't get to spend that much time in the kitchen. So the person that she actually poured all of those things into was me. So I actually spent more time in the kitchen preparing meals and stuff like that for my siblings while my mom and my dad were out working and doing all the things. So I was anti that for most of my life because I wanted to live, right? I felt like I had been an adult when I was a teenager.
Okay. No, I get where you're coming from.
Fast forward now, a couple of years ago, I realized, wow, there is so much honor in all of the traditional female roles that I was running away from that I really honor now. And I am an entrepreneur. I create my own schedule. I set my life up the way I set it up. I'm out here getting this money so that I can continue to pick up my kids from school, make their meals, make them fresh juices in the morning, make sure they're not eating school lunch, but they're eating what we prepared from home. So that makes entrepreneuring a little bit more challenging. But I do think that there's honor in that, and I think that roles have purpose and they have value. So when I'm coaching the women that work with me in some of the Manifest Her programs, I'm asking them to honor that and not so much, there's a place for your masculinity and there's also a place for your femininity in both parties, right? Men and women.
Yes,
so
for sure.
There's honor in the kitchen.
Okay, you hear that, ladies? There's honor. Right, you can still get your bag and go ahead and cook some quinoa, right?
What's the purpose of getting that bag? It's most likely because you want to feed your family some quinoa.
Correct. No, I get where you're coming from. So do you think a person could be physically fit and still mentally sick? Because, you see some people where they're in the gym heavy, but that doesn't necessarily mean they worked on their mindset,
Absolutely. I see it all the time. I see it all the time. Some people are more focused on what it's going to do for them physically versus I've been working out like over half my life. Because mentally I know what it does for me. Like I feel those like happy endorphins, or I have more clarity when I moved my body, and had that movement where I don't go. The physical side is a benefit and results of going, but I go a lot more for like the mental side and just to know that I'm treating my body well and doing the things that I need to. Because look, my parents are from the Caribbean, and you just move naturally when you are from somewhere outside of this country, or maybe it's our state. It could be Florida that we don't move as much, but living somewhere different and being in nature and moving and walking and not taking the car to go like 0.5 miles, all of that stuff makes the difference. So I think when you're living in those type of like environments, you have more clarity. You are thinking better versus when you're living you're moving because you're like, okay, I want to pump iron and look good and do this. That's great.
When you go to the gym, I go to Crunch, and I'm like, people in there looking like they're just trying to crunch.
Exactly.
They're not really there to work out. I'm like, okay, you got to be extra disciplined, and I'm like, man, you showing up here like that?
Yeah, and the worst is they're working out so hard and like causing all this oxidative stress to their body, and then going and putting straight junk in it after. And I'm like, come on now. So I've been going to the gym with you for years, and you still look exactly the same. I know it's your diet, and they say 80% of how you look is what you're eating in the kitchen.
Correct.
Versus your workouts.
Yeah.
So,
No, I've been getting that like, oh, are you okay? I'm like, I'm fine. I just cut back on like rice, alcohol, stuff that's not really good for my body. I'm not saying I don't really, mess up a curry goat every now and again, but for the most part, it's like, okay, cutting back.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So they say that, people people don't buy into events, they buy into the vision, right? So what's the vision for South Florida Wellness Week?
That's so good. The vision for South Florida Wellness Week is to really raise the level of how it's viewed, how holistic health and wellness has been viewed over the years. Like a lot of people have a negative connotation about, oh, you say, oh, I have a natural like remedy for you versus them going to the store and getting something over the counter from the doctor's office. They're like, what is this natural remedy? What is this bush or what is this herb that you're talking about? Or food can't do that. Like they're so disconnected from what is natural that they're fighting against it. But the vision for South Florida Wellness Week, first of all, is we're positioning it as the most influential week in wellness, but it's also here to uplift the look, the feel, making health and wellness sexy again, and helping people make money in this economy that we're living in. There's a huge prediction for where we're going to be in a few years with health and wellness. And it's over $9 trillion they're estimating. And, you know, I love when Q said, you know, God is infinite. So it's probably going to be way more than that. But $9 trillion for wellness is humongous. But so many people in health and wellness are broke. And you're like, well, how are you not tapping into what this prediction is and where we're moving into? So much more consciousness when it comes to health and wellness. So really raising that level of knowledge when it comes to the business side, creating revenue, scaling, all of that. That is our vision. Did I miss anything, Q?
No.
She hit it right on. No, but you're so right, though. You know, even though there's just money in the space, right? Just like with entertainment, you can make money, but it's a difference with managing it, right? Because people don't realize it's like, okay, you got all the money in the world or you're making all this money, but then now what are your habits set up like, right? Because the same way people could emotionally eat, you could financially spend, you know what I mean, the same way. Where we're caught up in consumerism and things like that. So I think that's a real big epidemic that's happening now too.
But it's a mindset thing too.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
Especially in health and wellness, you know, there's so much service that goes into being a health and wellness practitioner or someone in that space. And they feel like, oh no, I don't want to be salesy. Oh no, I don't want to, you know, I just want to serve people. Well, you need to eat too. So you need to know how to make your service work for you and how to grow it and expand it.
Correct.
But a lot of them shy away from that. So that's another thing we're breaking the mold on. We're really trying to change that mindset because that's a mindset issue.
Oh, yeah, most definitely. Everything starts with the mind. You know, you have to believe that you're even deserving of this abundance. You know what I mean? So if you can't see it in your mind, you're not going to be able to manifest it. Right? So I tell people that all the time. So let's look at like the people that you guys chose to be on the panels. How did y'all come to these conclusions?
So we look at health and wellness in its wholeness, right? So we've been talking to several people a day, and we actually just got our first call from a mental health professional today who understood the vision. We also got a call today from a woman who's in the fashion of wellness, the wellness of fashion. And so what we're realizing is that people are having a disconnect when it comes to wellness. And I think it's because people don't really know who they are. Business owners and entrepreneurs, leaders included. So the identity that you have is really important. So when we chose business leaders to be a part of this event, we really modeled it after the whole person. Mind, body, spirit, soul, nutrition, business, the whole ecosystem.
I like that. Let's clap it up for that.
Environment, everything. So honestly, there's nothing on the planet that is not health and wellness. Wealth, everything. So that's really what we looked at. And then our keynote speaker, Larry English. We met him about
a year and a half ago.
Where we were just sitting at a table. We don't watch football. Husbands do, but we don't. And so I think he was just sitting there very introspectively. And I don't know. I started talking to him and asking him who he was and what he did. And then he mentioned the NFL. And we were like, okay, that's great. But the more we started to follow him, the more we saw that he really embodied what it meant to be in business and successful, but mastering your mind.
Yeah, he was a product of the
talks
product.
about mind, body mastery.
Okay.
Right? So if you can master your mind, you can master your body. If you can master your mind and your body, you can certainly master your business. If you can master your mind, your body, your business, you dang sure can master your finances and your money and who's attracted to you, connections, all the things.
Yes.
So that's a little bit about how we chose the people.
No, I love that because you got to be a product of the product. You know, I was in the gym, Planet Fitness, and the gym trainer in there, I'm like, he looked like he needed a trainer. Yes. I'm like, what the hell? I'm like, bro, how you training people? Like, his belly, like, way out there.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, this is crazy. So, you got to be a product of the product. But I think, to tap in like what you said, why people probably don't, rock with wellness is because of the programming again. So I tell people all the time, like, if you say you believe in God, right? Okay, how is it that God did not leave things here for us to take naturally to bring ourselves back to homeostasis? You see what I'm saying? Like, we don't need a pill or anything like in a lab, you know what I mean?
Yep.
But it's a programming that's so hard to break away from. So that's why having like things like what you guys are bringing forward is so important.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bust out the mindset.
Yeah, bust out the mindset. But I thought I saw something on your page where you said, I don't want to misquote you. You're focused on science-based health.
Yes.
So what's the science behind that?
Science backed.
Science
backed.
Okay.
So there's, a number of genres that circulate around holistic health and wellness. We focus on the one that is natural science based. So like the practitioners or people with a business that may support the practitioners or people with a business that also is in health and wellness, but it has the science behind it. So all the other ones, like the more spiritual, holistic, we stay away from because we want to make sure there's like solid evidence about what we're recommending and what we're supporting.
Okay, I get what you're saying.
Evidence and measurement. If you can measure it,
Yeah.
then it's science backed.
So are you saying you don't think there's evidence when it comes from the spiritual side of things?
Correct. So I feel like whatever you do spiritually is up to you. And I have nothing against what people are doing spiritually, but like even with me, I'm not bringing my spirituality into
okay, I get what you're saying.
I'm doing.
So Christ ain't helping you keep, your body, yada, yada.
Oh.
Well, I'm going to interject here and say that I take my spirituality everywhere I go.
Okay.
So, no, it's not separate for me. I think I know what Michelle is wanting to say. We don't want... Because spirituality is very sensitive.
Yeah.
No, and we have been given a mission and a vision by God. We cannot be out here playing around with you and all of your things. Because I have somebody to answer to. Right? That's what I believe. So I have somebody to answer to. And so I have to be very careful about who and what that is and what you're bringing into the space. And so, yes, can spirituality be measured? Is there evidence of spirituality? There absolutely is on both sides.
Okay.
So because it's on both sides, I need to be mindful of what's coming into this space. Okay. So that's all. But God is going to be, for us, God is going to be in the room. We're going to have some music popping off. It's going to be new age gospel with some new age pop. It's going to be a great high energy time because the God that we serve is a high energy, like abundant minded God. So we want everyone to feel that and know what that looks like and feels like.
Okay. Because I understand what you were trying to say too. I look at it as if we're spiritual beings having a human experience, right? Yes. So if you can, just like what you said, they told your mom, right? That has to be some spiritual aspect in that for her to be able to defy what they said, basically, because that's man. Yeah. You know what I mean? So they could say, yeah, you would never be able to walk again. You would never. And then, okay, I'm going to show you, you know what I mean? Like I'm going to pop out and do what I'm supposed to do.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you know what, Wayne, speaking to that, that's why this is important, right?
Yeah.
It's important. We've heard time and time again too many stories of what a doctor told somebody.
Correct.
And then how a person defied that. They told you weren't going to be able to walk again.
Yeah.
And then here you are walking again.
Yep.
There is millions of stories like that.
Yeah.
But because the industry is not respected, because they get placed in a woo-woo spiritual
woo-woo.
bubble all the
Yeah,
time,
yeah.
and they're not taking the time to articulate themselves properly, and they're just leaving it up to like wishful thinking, as my guy in The Secret said. Right? He said, this is not imaginary or wishful.
Yeah.
A part of the problem as to why your woo-woo stuff or spirituality is coming across a certain way is because you present it like wishful, imaginary, non-evidence-based, non-measured thinking. And so your spirituality is scientific as well. It has measurement. But what I'm going to need you to do so that we can put respect on that name, I'm going to need you to start measuring that, creating value, and putting evidence on it so that you can actually present this. And there's people doing it. But so that you can actually present this in front of a room to your colleagues and say, look, this is the evidence, the science and the evidence of what I believe and what I've been doing and what I see work and why so many people can get up and walk again when you told them that they couldn't.
Yeah. Okay, I like that. Go ahead and clap it up for that. Took us to church today. Yes, yes.
Oh, Lord.
So seeing how you guys are, entrepreneurs, right? Y'all are always on the go, ripping and running. What's your thoughts when you see some of these women say, I want a soft life?
Boy, you controversial.
Just a little bit. We're going to talk gray.
Controversial questions. But no, this is good. Michelle, what you think about the soft life?
It's so funny because we've been talking about this soft life for a minute now. Because it's really becoming like this bigger trending. I keep finding videos online that are talking about the soft life. And I just say, if that's for you, then okay.
Yeah.
But I think the type of person I am, I don't mind a soft life, but I also like to have, I feel like women that are living that soft life also have some identity in something else. Maybe they're philanthropists or they're finding their purpose in other areas, but, still claiming the soft life. So I feel like if you feel that you have purpose in what you're doing, and if it's a soft life or if it's the hustle life, do you. But yeah, that's my take on the soft life concept.
Okay.
I think technically we are living the soft life. I think the soft life might be, based on your perspective and your perception, because this season that we're in, I know what it feels like when I'm doing what I don't want to do. That does feel hard. That feels frustrating. My body is tired. Wayne, in these last a month or a month and a half, we've been on the go. I literally pop out of bed. I just went to bed at 12:30, 1 o'clock, but I'm popping out of bed at 5 a.m. I feel like I'm living the soft life. I'm happy. I'm laughing. I'm joking. I'm calling Michelle on FaceTime, and I don't feel hard. I don't feel like I'm struggling.
Okay.
I'm living a very soft life because I'm in my joy. So I think when you are defining what a soft life is for you, you need to define, most of those people actually are going through an identity crisis. They're going to hate me, but you're going through an identity crisis. Again, for me, it goes back to you don't know who you are, and you might not know whose you are, and you might not know who created you. So therefore, you have no definition. So therefore, you're allowing yourself to be defined by everybody else's definition of a soft life because you don't know what joy is to begin with.
Hold on, we gotta clap it again. She's bringing us to church. Hold on. I don't know. We got a collection plate around here. Like, pass the plate.
I just think everything goes back to like identity and mindset.
Correct.
It's so important. And I think you got to guard that with your everything, or you'll be out here saying what everybody else is saying.
Yes. No, you're absolutely right about that. Because I was looking at it like, okay, you have some women now, they just, to me, don't want to work. So they're looking at Beyonce, but I'm like, Beyonce put in work.
Yeah.
She went days without sleeping. You know what I mean?
That's
At some
gonna
point in
get
time.
old.
Yeah.
You living the soft life for you is gonna get old. So we were literally talking about this yesterday. That's why Michelle brought that up.
Yeah.
These people who are talking about living a soft life, they live a soft life for a period of time.
Yeah.
But then they get bored
Oh,
because
yeah.
we were not created to do nothing and just sit around and
Correct.
go to the beach and all that all day. That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah,
So that's
yeah.
why even at the highest levels,
Uh-huh.
rich men's wives who y'all want to fashion y'all life off of,
Yeah.
even they have something that they're investing in and doing.
Correct.
Whether it's children, back to the kitchen, right?
Yes.
They may not be in the kitchen, but
Yeah.
even if it's their children, supporting their husbands at events or whatever. What's the other? Oh, philanthropy, as you said. Lunching with the ladies. They're very involved in church.
Yeah.
Everybody on this planet needs a purpose. Everybody.
Yes. No, you're right. You're absolutely right about that. So speaking about like how you said investing, right? So how are you guys investing your revenue that you get from all your projects?
This is a really good question. So we are at a space where we've been reinvesting. Cut me off now. We've been at a space where we're reinvesting.
Okay.
So all of the money that we've been making over the past couple of years, besides investing it in like bills, we've been reinvesting it into growing our business. So we've taken a lot of classes. We've taken a lot of courses.
Okay.
Michelle has a few things that she does with stocks and things. Like I'm just recently learning because I have an older brother who is obsessed with stocks and trading and all of that.
Okay.
So he recently just got on me, and I literally, like 2 months ago, just opened up my first brokerage account.
Okay.
So that was exciting. For
Charles
me.
Schwab or?
With Charles Schwab.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. I have that one.
Yes. And so, but really at this season, for our 5-year projections, we do a lot of investing back into the business, taking classes, hopping on flights, going places. And that's why people see us all over the place, because we're really in a space of this has to work. There ain't no other option.
Ain't no plan B?
But this is going to work.
Burn the ships.
No, I totally understand where you're coming from. Yeah. Ain't no plan B. So ladies, this was so good, right? I definitely appreciate for you guys, letting me even speak on the panel, right? I'm so
We're excited
appreciative
to
of
have
that.
you.
Yes, let's go ahead and clap it up for that. All right. So let everybody know where they can find you at.
SouthFloridaWellnessWeek.com.
Okay.
And you can get your tickets there. You can find out all of the information. Tomorrow we're going to have articles up on each person, so you can check out the articles and who you are and where you come from and what you've been doing, and it'll link back to everything you have going on. So just go to SouthFloridaWellnessWeek.com. Also follow us on social media at South Florida Wellness Week.
Okay, I love it. Thank you again for coming onto the platform. I truly appreciate it.
Thank you for having us.
No, of course. Y'all already know what it is. It's Mr. Williams with the I Talk Great podcast, and we out of here. Yeah.